Hello, everybody. Welcome again to New York Talk. This is the Scouting Report, and we look ahead. This time it is Stoke City, the reverse fixture of the opening day of the season. We have Michael from Every Step Along the Way podcast. Nice to speak to you guys, Michael. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. How are you?
Very, very good, thank you. Let me take you back to August, because we spoke just before the opening day of the season. I was quite positive. You were quite positive. One of us turned out to be correct, and it wasn't me. Talk me through that afternoon, because your season, our season's kind of panned out the same. You know, we lost and it's not gone very well. For you guys, it looked really good. I was really impressed with Stoke, especially in the first half. What happened? So talk me through the day and then sort of what's happened sort of since then to find you where you are.
Wow. It's a lot to unpack that, actually. Obviously, it didn't work out with Alex Neil. Now, I think everybody wanted it, of course, to go well. There were a lot of good signs at times. But I think with him, maybe he didn't believe in his own convictions enough. I think he did try and tinker with tactics, and obviously he's brought in a lot of players, which, as we know, if you bring in 17, 18 players, it's going to be difficult. It doesn't make a difference who you are. I mean, Chelsea have proven that, right? And they've got, how many billions have they spent on that team? Like, it's the same principle. It doesn't mean you're going to be a successful outfit. But I think, if I'm honest with you, I think the players stopped playing for him a couple of months back. You could see that, the energy levels were not good. I think we brought in a lot of attractive players. You got Berger, for example, when I think he's got a couple against you, if I remember rightly. But like people like that who were creative, attacking flair players, I think were being a bit strangled with Alex Neil's style of play. He wasn't going gung-ho. It was more, we'll try and press. We'll let you have the ball. We'll try and press high and then break, which is fine when you're away from home. But I think when you're at home, you need to take the ascendancy to the opposition. And if I'm honest, even when we had the possession, we didn't have the nous or the attacking flair or ability or know-how to actually break a team down. Like, I think at least with you guys, I don't think you really sat back entirely. I think you did try your best to attack previously. I think it was just we were able to pick that off. And I think, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I think the superior players, they did enough to get us over the line. But I'd say, lack of conviction from Alex Neil, the players' belief in him and how he wanted to play. If you lose the players, it's a matter of time. And unfortunately, mate, it came to a head. We've lost another manager, which is becoming a little bit too common now, if I'm honest, Matt. It's hopefully Schumacher's the way forward, but we've been here before, so I'm not going to hold my breath.
No, I know what you mean. We talked. I think we're right and say we talked at the start of the season that it felt like Stoke maybe had a bit of a plan, and it was a set. But Steven Schumacher, although I think it's a really good appointment, it's very different to Alex Neil. It's not. We're going to try something similar, and hopefully this guy's a bit better at that. It's a bit of a risk, I suppose, because he's done 3 or 4 months at this level, so it is a bit of a risk getting Schumacher in.
Yeah, I think it is. What I can say about him so far is that he's actually brought that attacking, the attacking flair, and again, what we saw against you a lot, if I'm honest with you, early in the season when I think we won, was it 4-1 and 6-1? I think it was. That was basically kind of what we're seeing now, but we're seeing players who are attacking and putting pressure on and not stop running. And I think any club where your players are trying their best, you're not going to win all the games. But if your effort's there and you're trying, that's all that fans want. And I think because we hadn't seen that for a while, as I said, I think for me, he clearly lost the players with him. I don't think it really takes an awful lot. I think the likes of Stoke and Rotherham and probably everyone bar the top 6. We just want to see effort, don't we? At the end of the day, every week, and whatever happens, happens. And I think we're seeing that with Schumacher now, which is a clear difference in identity. We want to attack. We don't just want to hit on the break.
Well, I think we played Plymouth there. I think Steven Schumacher's last game was against us for Plymouth. I'm interested to know, because when we played them, we lost 3-2 and it's frustrating, but I have really enjoyed watching them because they just, like I said, they just have a go. They just had that freedom. It was almost organised chaos. They're going to concede a few goals, but they're going to have a damn good go. So initially, I think 4 or 5 games, so that's how it's sort of is trying to hit the ground running with his own style. It's a very obvious style, I assume, then.
Yeah, it's very obvious. I mean, you'll see us just to try and attack you, I would imagine, from the off. I don't think you'll see us sitting back at any point. It's an attacking we say it's like 4-2-3-1. It very quickly becomes like you see that the people we've got on the kind of wings, they can be very much classed as attackers. To be honest with you, so it can turn into a 4-3-3 very quickly, if not sometimes 4 up front. So I think we have very much that capability of attacking and doing it with flair and doing it with a lot of pace. Which, if I'm honest, that's something that we didn't seem to make the most of under obviously Alex Neil, but again, attacking flair and pace is what we're about, I think. Which, you look at players like Juno or Bae Ho, is his proper name. He's a young lad from Korea, and again, I think he was being a little bit strangled by Alex Neil, but he's allowed to have that bit of a free role, and he's got pace, he's got creativity. We forced, of course, Brighton to score in their own net from his creativity at the weekend. So we've got a lot of talent. They just need someone to give him a good punch and get him bloody working.
Yeah, fair enough. We're in the January transfer window. Is there any business so far? Do you expect this is going to be a big window, or is it maybe a stable? Now you've got a new manager, another new manager. Is it sort of stabilised for the season, and then maybe the summer's going to be potentially a big few months for Schumacher?
Yeah, I don't think we can expect anything from this year. I mean, if we can finish 14th or 16th and above, which realistically is where we've been finishing for the last 5 or 6 years, I think everyone will be happy with that because, to be quite frank with you, Matt, I think at one point we were very, very concerned we were going to be dragged into the relegation fight. And I mean, we're not far off, let's be honest. Was it 7 or 8 points? It only takes a few back-to-back bad results and other things go against you and you pull back into it again. So I'd say that with the transfer market, we brought in Iverson from Leicester. We wanted him previously. He's a very good goalkeeper, mate. Very good. Wasted at Leicester's bench.
We had him in League One when we got promoted, and there was something there. Is it a loan? Am I right in saying?
Yeah, it's a loan. I think I'm trying to remember how long he's got on his contract. I think he's got like 12 or 18 months left on there. But from what I gather, the idea is that we get him in for loan now and then we buy him next season. A bit like Cullen, I think, who's come from Plymouth as well in the last 24 hours or so. Who was, again, a bit more of an attacking midfielder. It'd be interesting to see whether he plays against you from the off. I think that would be a little bit of an ask, just because he hasn't really trained very much. I think his first session was yesterday. So, again, things as though Schumacher knows what he's about. I think for Plymouth, he scored 5 and assisted 4 in 23. So that's pretty decent going, I think, at this level. He's a bit lightweight, which is where I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen you guys play recently, but I think if you've got some kind of, I don't want to swear, if you've got some really built guys and physical players, I think you could knock him off the ball. And my only thought is, if that's the type of midfield you go with, it's not the right game for him. I mean, you'll be able to tell me more than anything what to expect from your midfield, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to go back to that aggressive style. We don't our best and biggest, strongest midfielders currently playing centre half, which is a slight issue because of our injury issues. But if we get, there's rumours of transfer business being done, so we could see that's Hakeem Adofin. I don't think played on the opening day, but he's an absolute unit, so he potentially could be that sort of. And we are really missing that physicality midfield. That's really hurting us a little bit. So potentially, we may hopefully get him further forward, which might hurt you guys. Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah, I think if you're there, I think that's the one thing we've got. A lot of our players are foreign players. This is their first, year in the Championship for a lot of them. I mean, Vidigal, as good as he can be, I think if you kick him, you'll take him out of the game because I think he's not struggled. I mean, he scored some good goals, and I don't know if you saw him when we were on TV the other week, and he had a nice little chip over the goalkeeper and stuff. Like he's a player with qualities, but a lot of our players are not a lot. That's probably unfair, but the likes of Vidigal, that they are a bit lightweight, like Bae Ho, lightweight. Like you give him a kick, I think you'll take him out. And it's not to say you just need to be physical, but I think any team who faces us, if they just give those players a kick, they'll take them out of the game. And they are creative players, and like any team, mate, you take creative at the occasion. You don't really score many goals, so I would just be in our faces if I was you this weekend, and I think you'll do okay.
I suspect that with a plan. I think that was all we've got at the minute. To be honest with you, just run hard. Let me trouble you for prediction. How is Saturday going to plan out? It's not going to be another 4-1 or 6-1, is it?
No, it's not. I always have your team for both teams to score. By the way, on the coupon, absolutely brilliant team for both teams to score, especially when you're at home. So, 100% think you'll score. I'm going to go 2-1 to Stoke, obviously, unfortunately. I can't come on here and predict a loss. I get killed. But yeah, look, 2-1. I think it'll be very, very tight. I reckon actually we'll probably go 2-0 up and you'll put us on the ropes to kind of hang in there. I definitely don't see it being a 3-4-5-6. No chance. I don't see that at all.
No. Oh, no, not again. Thank you very much, Michael. We'll put the links every along the way in the podcast in our show notes. If anybody wants to check out the preview and review show for you guys, they will be able to do so there. Thank you very much. If everybody who's watching, please subscribe if you haven't already and like the video and all that kind of thing. We'll see you next time. Thank you, Michael. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Matt.
And
thank you.
See you all next time. Up the Millers.